Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Today is Monday, April 5th. And as you know, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., we stream live to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And we ask that you share our platforms, our social media platforms, and our broadcast and our replays with our fellow network marketers all across the globe. You can do that utilizing hashtag TheMLM Solution. It's hashtag the MLM Solution. Also, please visit our new and improved and very efficient and effective and informative website, TheMLMsolution.net. When you go there, please hit the share button there as well. So once again, you can share our information with our fellow network marketers across the globe. Hope everybody had a good, safe weekend. I hope you're ready to start what looks like it's going to be a great weekend here for us in Kentucky. It's spring, obviously, and things, what do they call it? Hope springs eternal. And when you see the flowers blooming and the trees blooming, it's a special time. So hopefully this year will be better than last year, but that's another story for another day. Today, we're going to stay focused on what? Today's podcast number 158 is the cost of doing business. The cost of doing business. What is the actual cost of you conducting business in a network marketing business model? What are the hidden costs? We're going to talk about that and much more as we take a deep dive into this important subject. You want to spend as little money as possible, yet not cheat yourself of a legitimate opportunity. We're going to talk about all that and more in today's episode. Once again, please utilize hashtag TheMLM Solution to share this podcast and many others of ours with our fellow network marketers. Well, sorry we got a little bit of a late start today, but things happen, and we'll see you in a few. Well, I'll see you. Marie is not here today due to circumstances beyond our control. With that being said, I'm sure that she'll be with us in spirit, and if I'm good enough, I'll be able to pull off this show by myself. All right, guys, I'll see you in a minute, okay? All right, so with that being said, we're going to be doing podcast 158, the cost of doing business. See you in a minute.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. As I said, it's Monday, April 5th, and I will be by myself. Miss Marie will not be with us today, once again, due to circumstances beyond her control. That being said, I had my coffee. I know we got a little bit of a late start today. I apologize for that. This week is not getting off to a good start in regards to the technicalities of things. And as you know, every once in a while, we have those technical bugaboos that come up and bite us. And there's not a whole lot we can do. As you know, if you've had to deal with technology on a regular basis, or your business depends on technology, you know that every once in a while it's going to jump up and get you. Who knows why it does what it does, right? So with that being said, the one thing I need to check, which I meant to check before I got started, and yes, it looks like everything else is working just fine. I had to double check to make sure you guys could hear me, and I appreciate it if you guys would definitely let me know. With that being said, we're going to get started on an important subject today, the cost of doing business. You know, we talk about all things network marketing, the good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly. Things other people will not talk about. Here's one of those things that most people do not want you to know about. Why? Because they don't want you to think about the cost of joining a certain network marketing company. If you did, you may hesitate and saying, I don't want to spend that kind of money to join this company. So you say, okay, well, what is a good entry point cost of doing business in network marketing? For instance, if Miss Marie was going to sponsor Rob into a company, and Rob says, Marie, I like what I see. I want to work with you, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. I'm going to look at the cost. Okay. And we're going to talk about here in a moment what the cost can be for network marketing, joining a network marketing company. And basically, joining a network marketing company, just so you guys know, typically it can be anywhere from $5 to $25, $30, $50. That is, quote unquote, the cost of becoming a distributor for that company. From that point on, you determine whether you want to do a retail business. In other words, I can go door to door and say, hey, I just joined company XYZ. They have this fabulous product. And would you like to buy this product from me? And I can set you on auto ship. In other words, I'm the salesman. I'm the middleman. I'm the distributor, okay, for this company's products. And I don't want to build a big business. I just want to do my own thing. Well, the cost of entry into that company to get access, to get an ID number, and to get access to the products is nothing more than, like I said, $10 to $50. That's typically what the cost of joining a company is. And you say, well, I hear that there's cost of $500, $150 up to $25,000. Yes, believe it or not, there are network marketing companies that have costs up to $25,000 to join. And you say, what in the world is that extra cost for? If you're saying to me that the cost of joining or becoming a distributor, that's the best way to put it, is becoming a distributor with a network marketing company is only $10 to $50, then what am I spending $550 for? And guys, typically that's for the starter kit, okay? And the starter kit comes with a lot of product, comes with a lot of legal paperwork, comes with a lot of other things because they have bylaws. Companies have bylaws. And if you're going to, quote unquote, go full bore and build a business, you're building, yes, going door to door is building a business too. But like I told you, that's a retail business, okay? That is not a typical network marketing mode of operation. In other words, people want to build teams. What? Teams of other entrepreneurs who want what? A big income, a big lifestyle. Going door to door is not going to give you a big income and not give you a big lifestyle for the most part. If it does, it's going to take you a very long time. The wonderful thing about the network marketing business model, as we all know, is that it leverages your talents, your abilities, your recruiting process, and also your time and your effort. And you say, well, what do you mean? The more I duplicate myself, in other words, the more Robs I put out there, instead of me going door to door by myself, I have 10 Robs going door to door. Well, obviously, since all those 9 other people have my ID number attached to their ID numbers, any volume they create goes through my organization. They get credit for that volume. For instance, if person number 2 creates 500 business volume, okay, going door to door, then their 500 combines with my 600, giving me as an organization 1,100. But they still keep their 500. Their 500 goes towards them because that 500 wouldn't exist if it wasn't for their efforts, and the company's going to reward them for that. And because the customers that person number 2 gets that create that 500 business volume, their ID numbers attached to those products and those customers. So they get credit for that, but what they do is they combine that volume created by person number 2 with Rob's 600, and for a total of 1,100, okay? And they do that because Rob sponsored person number 2 and Rob trained person number 2, and they're going to give Rob credit for that. Okay, and say, Rob, because you took the time and effort to train this person to do this business the right way, and they're being productive, guess what? We're going to give you credit for their volume as well. So what does that do? Then it gives me an incentive to go out and create more Robs. Okay, so those are the basics of the business, right, model. And we all know that for the most part. All of you that have been following us understand the business model for the most part. And I just wanted to go over that elementary part of the business building process so that you can get an idea of what we're going to be talking about here, because the cost of doing business is twofold. One, we're going to compare it to what a traditional business would cost for you to open up a traditional business. Okay. Then we're going to look at the cost of you doing business, of opening your own network marketing business and operating that business, much like you would have to operate a business that you start out of your garage, or if you were to purchase a franchise. So that being said, those are the comparisons we're going to do today. And then That's the deep dive we're going to go into, because I want you guys to have a clear understanding. This is not about promoting the advantages, cost-effective advantages of the network marketing business model, which there are plenty, but this is more to show you what the cost of operating your network marketing business would be compared to a business you would start out of your garage, start with your brother, your sister, your mom or dad, or to buy a franchise. Okay, all of these are great ideas because you're being productive. Okay, you're having a positive impact not only on your life, but anytime you produce a product that has a positive to it, you're having a positive impact on the world, on the community at large, right? So that's what you're trying to do here through your network marketing business as well. If it's offering great products, then guess what? Those products are going to have a positive impact on the people using them, and ultimately the community, the local community, and on to the world. Okay, let me get a sip of my coffee here before we get started. And that being said, let's take a look at some slides here. They'll give us a unique insight into what we're talking about, okay? Let's take slide number 1. Cost of operating a traditional business, all right? Let me remove that. Whoops, went the wrong way. Let me remove that real quick. I did not think that bad. There we go. All right. Cost of opening a traditional business. Look, if you're going to go the franchise route, you're going to have a typical business that's going to cost $5,000 to millions. All you have to do is go to any franchising website, and they're going to give you many, many examples of opening up and operating a typical franchise, okay, from little known name brands to, McDonald's, Burger King, et cetera, right? And obviously it costs millions to do a KFC, Burger King, Taco Bell, et cetera, et cetera. So you can get that. I mean, the $5,000, maybe you want to open up a janitorial service and you don't have a lot of money to spend. And that is something that you say, hey, I can afford to do that. This gives me the ability to become an entrepreneur, to create income from something other than my job. And you go out and you do that. All right. And that's, excuse me. And that's something that obviously a lot of people do. Now, with that being said, if you were to open up your own lawn or handyman business, your lawn business or handyman, okay, sometimes that can cost $5,000. By the time you get the lawnmowers, you maybe need 1 or 2 extra people, and maybe you need some new trimmers and all that. Here's the thing. That can end up costing you $5,000 very easily, okay? And it could be less if you get them used, right? So with that, sorry for that little pause there. I had somebody talk to me real quick. And then the okay, sorry about that. All right. Not only did I have somebody talk to me, I had to cough there. I am so sorry. Oh, well, live TV, right? All right. So then, typical private business. We all know that if you're going to start a business out of your garage, out of your home, whatever, once again, it could be a few $100s to a few thousands, if not millions, based on, think about it. When the people that started Tesla, it cost them hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. I know Elon Musk owns it now, but there were a couple of engineers and entrepreneurs that started Tesla. You can go and check that out. I think it's on YouTube. But the point is that costs a lot of money. Well, that's starting a business. That's at a very high level, obviously. But you get my point, is that there's a wide range when it comes to the cost of starting a business. If you're starting a house cleaning business where you say, hey, look, we need additional income. Let's start cleaning into people's houses. That only may take $200-300, to get a license, to get insurance, maybe to buy the materials to clean people's houses with. Same thing with lawn care. Servicing other people that have the money, that don't want to clean their own house, that don't want to cut their own grass or can't do those things. Servicing other people can bring big money, guys. And guess what? network marketing, servicing other people as well. So buying an existing successful business can be very expensive as well. Okay. If you say, well, look, I don't want to build it from the ground up, I want to be able to step in and just start operating it. For instance, if somebody has a UPS store, okay, or a FedEx store, you could buy those franchises. They're already successful. They already have a customer base. They've been there for 5, 7, 8 years, whatever, and they have established themselves. And that is a successful business. Maybe a local gym that somebody opened, and they have quite a large following or clientele. And the thing is that you say, hey, I'd really like to get into that, but I don't want to go through the cost of the startup and buying all the equipment and everything. I want to be able to pay somebody good money and step right in, but I don't want to pay the cost of a franchise. And I don't want to deal with the franchise fees and the legalities of owning a franchise. I'd rather buy a successful business already. Guys, there you go, right? You have something that you can step right into. So the cost of opening a traditional business, as you can see, and most of you may have already know this, it can be anywhere from a few $100s to thousands and ultimately millions of dollars. A lot of legal issues go with that. A lot of insurance issues go with that. A lot of time commitment issues go with that. And the bottom line is that you have a situation where you're going to have to make a decision on what it is that you want to do. How much do you want to spend? How much time and effort do you want to put into it? Or do you want to operate it yourself, or do you want to hire people to operate it? Do you have other obligations that are going to limit your exposure to this business? There's so many things to consider when you take this route. And there's really no cheap way to get into a successful business. Some of us may every once in a while inherit one and maybe step into it because a family member stepped down, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, most of us are going to have to take one of these avenues here that you see on the screen. So with that being said, if that's the case, that brings up a lot of questions. Do I really want to do that? So if you're going to look at the cost of opening a network marketing business compared to the cost of opening a traditional business, you're going to see a great disparity. As you can see here, the cost of opening a network marketing business can be anything less than $100. We just talked about the cost of joining a network marketing company as a distributor can be as little as $10 up to $50. That is a typical raise. There might be some out there at $65. I don't know all of them, but here's the point. My experience has shown me it's typically $10 to $50. And you can become a distributor. And the fallacy with that, just so we can talk, here's a little piece of golden information for those of you that are new to the business or maybe don't understand it fully. Look, just because you become a distributor, you pay your $10, and here's what happens. Marie calls Rob, because I'm going to give you a real life example. I'm not saying this did happen, I'm saying this could happen if I have the wrong mindset about the business model, the network marketing business model. Marie calls me and says, Rob, blah, 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 blah. And I say, yeah, Marie, I trust you. I know you. I've known you for a long time. Yes, let's do this. But Marie, I don't have a lot of money. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to join the company. What's the least amount of money that I have to spend in order to become a part of this company? Marie says, well, I really don't encourage that, but become a distributor to get us an ID number is only $10. Okay, well, that's what I want to do, Marie. And Marie says, well, we're building this really fast. This company has a binary pay plan, which I know, Rob, you don't understand, but it means you only have 2 legs to build, meaning that I'm going to be putting people in underneath of you as I build my business. I would encourage you to do the same. Well, when I hang up the phone with Marie after signing up for $10 to get an ID number and become a part of this company, I think to myself, because I'm pretty smart, I'm thinking to myself, well, if she's going to be, there's only 2 legs, because I go to the internet and look up what a binary is, and I see that there's only 2 legs, and I see that Marie's building it fast, and she's already sponsored 20-something people. I said, well, why in the world do I need to sponsor anybody? Because Marie's putting people in there anyway, and all that volume is going to come up through my side. And you know what? I'll just sit back and get a check because Marie's creating all this volume. And so in my mind, that makes perfect sense. But that's because I don't understand the network marketing business model. That typically the legitimate network marketing companies that are legal require Rob to be a certain pin level and create a certain amount of monthly income, volume myself, and to have a couple of people that are advancing themselves. In other words, I've sponsored people that are moving forward themselves and building businesses in order for me to qualify for some of the volume that Marie is creating. I don't get that. Marie didn't explain that to me when she signed me up. I just got an ID number, and I see where Marie's putting people underneath of me, so I naturally assume that I'm going to get paid on that 10,000 group volume that Marie's created on that side of the leg that I'm in. So with that being said, I'm waiting for my check in the mail or get deposited in my account. It doesn't happen, so I call Marie complaining. Well, you created 10,000. I've got an ID number. That stuff's going right through me. How is it that I'm not getting paid on it? And she tries to explain to me how the comp plan works, and I don't get it, and I get upset and possibly quit, okay, because I think she's taking advantage of me. I think that she's playing a game with me, when in actuality, she's not. So with that being said, guys, you can see where the cost of joining a network marketing company as a distributor, where you get an ID number, yes, it can be $10. All right. It can be less than $100, but it doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed anything. It just means I have an ID number. The rest is up to me. Okay. So it can go up to $25,000, and you're saying to yourself, gosh, it's crazy, Rob. There's no way. Guys, I've seen it more than once, believe me. And it's very high level training is really what ended up being is training materials, okay, and some commodities like gold and silver and other rare coins and things like that. And I always stayed away from those commodities and training materials is bad stuff. It's one of the products. If you're not aware, we have a video and we have a product on our website, and you might want to go there. And it's called the product on the website is called Stay Away. You'll see it. Go to our store and you'll see it on there. And it's saying Stay Away. That's the title of the material, the video, the audio, and the ebook. And it's talking about stay away from these products. If a network marketing offers these products, you need to stay away. Why? Because these products have a long history of not being legitimate, not sustaining a company's growth, not helping you out. You cannot build a long-term, stable, money-producing machine with these bad products. And the products themselves have proven that they're not good for the network marketing business model. It's not because I say it, but believe it or not, there are people, I know people personally that have done this, that have spent $25,000 to join a network marketing company that had this absolutely amazing, phenomenal training system. And I don't know if it was about finances. I don't know if it's about self-help. I don't know if it's about commodities. And I don't know if it combined all of those together. I did see the package. I immediately understood what was going on and didn't want to have anything to do with it. And this was someone that had been in network marketing for a long time that I respect very well, but that's their choice. It's not my place to knock it. But I certainly did not understand their choice. They saw value in it, and they promoted that. Now, how successful they were in that, I know they did sign people up, but you can see that's for very high-level people. And what kind of knowledge they're getting out of that package that we would not get out of it, I don't know. With the advent of the internet, there's not much that you cannot learn, and you can never replace a great mentor that will teach you on the spot, whether it's through Zoom or in person, whatever. But the thing is that when you have a course material that you have to read and watch video and stuff, is going to create questions, and you have to have the ability to get answers. And in this package, that was not necessarily possible. So as you can see, that is a tough sale, but people have done it. Companies have done it. And I'm sure that those companies are no longer around because you have a finite number of people that, number one, can afford something like that. Number two, that are willing to spend that money on something like that. Okay. So once again, you have the range of joining a network marketing company can be less than $100, and yes, as much as $25,000 or more. The other thing about the cost of opening a network marketing business, there's very little paperwork, legal issues, or maintenance things for you to worry about. Okay. So that cost is very minimal. Okay. When you sign up, become a distributor, To get your ID number, as I said, the cost is very little, but there is legal documents that you have to sign that those documents are mandated by federal law, okay? And you also have bylaws that the company's going to send you and expose you to. Don't do this, don't do that, blah, 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 blah. They also have other legal things in there that you might want to read that could be very important, okay? But if you stay in line with the bylaws and the legal issues that are in the company's paperwork, you're not going to have very little legal issues. And maintenance, there's very little maintenance, okay? There's nothing that says, there's no company that I've ever been a part of that says, not only is it $10 for you to join to get an ID number and become a legal part of our company, but it's also $10 a month to maintain that. I've never seen that. There may be companies doing that now. I don't know, and I'm not going to act like I do know. But let's say that there is a $10 a month maintenance fee to maintain your distributorship. Guys, that's nothing compared to what it would cost in a traditional business. Think about it. You have to pay for lights in a traditional business. You have to pay for insurance in that traditional business. You have to pay for water. You have to pay for heat. May have to pay for natural gas. Right there is all of that added together is well above the $10 a month it would take as a maintenance fee for a network marketing company, right? So maintaining a traditional company, even if you're working out of your garage, because your garage has got to have lights, got to have heat, et cetera, right? So there is a cost with every business in network marketing. It's absolutely minimal, okay? And so maintenance-wise, you're not typically going to have that, but if you do, it's going to typically be low. So there is an advantage right there. The other advantage you have with network marketing is you get started right away. Look, if you buy a franchise, typically, if it's not already in business and you're buying an existing franchise, you've got to wait until that franchise is, you got to go through the whole process of working with the company, the franchise company, finding a proper piece of land that meets their guidelines, because these companies know everything about their franchises. For instance, you get a McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, whatever. They know what lots work and which lots do not work. They will endorse, they'll say, hey, these are the lots that we endorse. If you're going to be a franchisee, we're going to encourage you to buy one of these lots here. History has shown that if you get these right here, you are going to greatly enhance your foot traffic and your customer base. Okay. And if you say, well, no, I don't want to get any of those, I can't afford those or whatever, they're not going to give you, typically, they're not going to give you the franchise because they know what lots will work and which ones won't. Okay. So if you do get that lot, then the building process starts. Okay. And they've got the building process down to a science. Okay. They can usually put up one of the restaurants in a matter of 4 to 6 weeks, if not sooner, based on weather and other things. So the thing is, yeah, they're going to get you started pretty quick, but you can't get started right away. You're going a month to 6 weeks if there's no problems with no income. You're not generating anything. You're sitting there twiddling your thumbs waiting for them to finish. In network marketing, you get started right away. If I sign up at noontime today, April 5th, guess what? I can start today. I can start at 12:01. All right, calling people. So the thing is, there is no waiting. I don't have to wait for anything to be constructed. I don't have to wait until I buy office materials. I don't have to wait for someone to give me approval. I don't have to wait for anything. The moment I sign that document, if I have other people, which I've done, I've gathered people up and say, hey, I've run into a great company, and you know what? This company's really got something special going on. I encourage you guys to take a look at this. And they do, and they come back and said, yeah, man, this really looks great. Let's do it. And then I'll say, okay, you know what? I'm going to sign up on Sunday. April 4th. And won't you guys come over at the house? And when I sign up, we'll sign all of you guys up right there on the spot. And I've done that, guys. I've had, 5 to 10 people standing in my home when I sign up with a new company because they trust me and they say, hey, we know that you know what you're doing. We're going to sign up with you, get this thing rocking. And guys, I'll sign up 5 or 10 people right there within the first half hour. Okay. That, you see how quick that happened? You see how quickly I generated volume and I generated income right there on the spot. And what did I do? I taught other people how they could do the same thing. Can't do that in a traditional business. So the cost of opening a network marketing business, you can see, can be relatively inexpensive overall. You take out the $25,000, which only silly people would do. But here's the thing. Look, if you're doing $25,000, it's almost a pyramid scheme. Let's be honest. All right. I mean, it's just that just reeks of scam. But once again, we'll leave that discussion for another day. But you can see that opening a network marketing business is relatively inexpensive, and it has very little cost in opening up your business. And like I said, you don't need to go down and buy $150 worth of office materials. If you've got scrap paper laying around and a pencil, you're good. You can write down appointments. You can write down notes. Okay, that's all that matters. If you got toilet paper and a pencil, you can do it. All right. It doesn't matter the newness of something or the age of something, as long as it will help you make your business go. That's all that matters. Okay. Even if you go get a piece of paper out of the trash can, you can write on it, right? So you can see where the cost of opening up a network marketing business is minimal compared to what we just talked about here, where a franchise is $5,000 to millions of dollars. Okay. Your typical private business, a few $100s to thousands, if not millions of dollars. Or you can buy an existing successful business, which is going to cost you hundreds of thousands to millions. Okay. Because people that spent the time and effort and money to build a successful business, especially if it's been around for a while, they're not going to be willing to just give away their business. They want top dollar for it, and I don't blame them. So with that being said, the cost of operating a network marketing business. Look, if you go to open a franchise, as we talk about there, or a traditional business, we all know, once again, you got to have employees. Employees got to have insurance. Employees, sometimes you're going to have an investment plan for them based on the type of company you have and how big it is. You're going to have a lot of legal issues that will come with that traditional business. You got to have an HR person to handle all those legal issues and hiring issues and all that. You may have to have some lawyers to handle existing lawsuits or upcoming lawsuits. Once again, insurance, electricity, heat, water, on and on and on. You guys know this. If you have vehicles with a business, you got to have insurance on those vehicles. You got to have maintenance done on those vehicles. You got to have somebody perform maybe monthly or weekly maintenance on those. You can imagine the cost for FedEx to maintain their fleet of aircraft and their vehicles. I mean, it's got to be astronomical. But that is the lifeblood of their business. Without the planes, without the vehicles, they can't have a business, because it's all about moving packages from point A to point B as quickly as possible, as cheaply as possible. So the competition in the package industry is very intense, and you got to be on your game, right? So you can see where the cost of maintaining a traditional business can be astronomical, when now counting all the headaches that come with that. Also, the cost of operating a network marketing business. Let's look at that. Auto ship, you could be as little as $10 a month. If you want to order one product a month for yourself, you can do that. Nobody's going to complain, and nobody's going to say, hey, you need to quit because you're only ordering one product a month. You can do whatever you want. Now, I don't encourage that, but if I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to be truthful and transparent in this whole thing, I'm going to let you know that, hey, you can buy one thing of toothpaste, which is probably $4 or $5 plus shipping. Some companies offer free shipping, not usually on a one item though. But here's the thing: you can order one tube of toothpaste and probably cost you $7 or $8. Okay, so it can be less than $10 actually in some cases, but $10 is a reasonable amount, and you can do that on a monthly basis if you so choose, up to $1,000 a month. Okay, that's the auto ship. Okay. So you say, well, who in the world would have an auto ship of $1,000, thousands of dollars a month? Guys, I know a lot of traditional businesses that order Amway products because they're great. and their industrial products. Amway offers so many different types of products, and mops, cleaners, waxes. I could go on and on and on. Office supplies. So it would be easy for a company to order all of their products and have them delivered to their location that they need on a monthly basis. All right. So yeah, there's companies and individuals that own businesses. If you own your own house cleaning company, and you have 300 or 400 clients, and you have 10 employees, you could order all your stuff through Amway. And guess what? Once again, you might spend $3,000 or $4,000 a month in materials. Okay. And if you're an Amway distributor, guess what? You're creating that monthly volume for yourself and getting some money back. So there you go. All right. So there are people that order thousands of dollars a month. The cost of operating a network marketing business, advertising. Okay. If I'm a distributor of Amway and I choose to advertise in trade magazines, newspapers, local business papers, local newspaper, whatever the case may be, radio, maybe I have flyers printed up. Maybe I set up a booth at some business events, networking business events, whatever. If I choose as a distributor to incur that cost and advertise and get the word out, I can do that. Okay. If I'm going to go to a flea market, if I'm going to go to some fair or whatever they call those things, where I'm going to set up a booth, guess what? Room rental. Sometimes they want you to rent a room. Sometimes you just got to rent a spot, right? If you're going to a hotel to do a meeting on a local or regional basis, guess what? There's a cost of getting access to that room. So you can see where that can obviously be a part of maintaining or building your business or operating your business. And of course, the travel expenses and then, other incidentals like, meals, things like that, all can be a part of operating and maintaining your network marketing business. But guys, you have total control how much you spend in advertising. If anything, you have total control over the room rental or the booth rental spot, because you're the one that makes the decision. If you choose not to, the cost is zero. If you choose to do it, and there's a spot over here that's $300 versus one over here for $150, you may say, hey, I'll do the $300 because more people are going to go down that aisle versus over here in the corner for $150. So you're the one that decides what the cost of operating your business is. Travel expenses, you're the one that determines, am I going to do a regional event for my downline in Ohio, or am I going to stay here local and just keep my travel expenses to a minimum? Once again, that decision is yours. Then you have incidental office expenses, like buying some new paper, maybe buying some envelopes, maybe buying stamps, maybe buying pencils, pens, et cetera, whatever the case may be. And then the most valuable thing that you have, time. It's your decision on how much time you spend on your network marketing business. Okay. And it is a cost. And you say, well, how is that a cost? Time is free. It's not, and there's nothing free in this world, and time is not free. If I choose to build my network marketing business and spend less time working, in other words, if I used to work 15 hours a day and I cut back down to 10 hours a day because I wanted to take those extra 5 hours and put it into my network marketing business, there's a cost associated with that. And you say, well, what is the cost? If I'm being paid $20 an hour, and I reduce the number of hours I work on a daily basis from 15 to 10, I'm giving up $100 a day, $500 a week. That's the cost of operating my network marketing business, because I'm taking money out of my pocket to spend more time on my network marketing business. And if my network marketing business is not producing an income as of yet, then I'm losing $500 a week because I'm not at work. I'm now at home on the phone or in person talking to people about my network marketing opportunity. Okay. So your time is valuable. Don't ever look at that. That is a cost Never look at that as free. But once again, when you look at the total picture of operating, the cost of opening and operating a traditional business, guys, it's there's a huge difference between the two. And it's obvious that the network marketing business model is the one that comes out ahead, okay? But this episode is about the cost of doing business ultimately. And here we are in this slide, the cost of operating a network marketing business. As you can see, it can be anywhere from $10 a month up to thousands a month, okay? And look, your auto ship, as we tell you all the time, the threshold of profitability, we tell you that all the time. If you don't know what that is, please go to our website, look up the threshold of profitability and get access to that information. You'll understand what we're talking about, or go look at the video on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. And when you do a search on our channel, just put in threshold of profitability. Once again, threshold of profitability. That way you can understand. Matter of fact, here's the slide. Threshold of profitability. There it is right there. Okay. So the point is that 100 PV per month. In other words, if I join Marie's business, she's going to tell me, Rob, there's a thing called the threshold of profitability. Here's why we use it. Here's what it'll do. Here's the results it will produce. And I go, oh, Marie, that makes perfect sense. I get that. That's awesome. Yes, I will do 100 PV per month. And what that means is that I have to go to the company. Let's say we're with Amway or New Skin. Both companies have a wide range of products. I'm sure there's a lot of other companies that do as well. I'm just familiar with these two. And I can easily find 100 PV per month, and I'm already spending. If I'm going to Walmart and I'm spending X amount of money on personal items, in other words, toothpaste, toilet paper, paper towels, on and on and on, shaving cream, razor blades, and all that, or skincare, nutrition, I can easily replace what I'm getting at Walmart with products from New Skin or Amway. So I'm not adding an additional expense to my monthly expenses. I'm just taking the $100 away from Walmart and now putting it into Amway or New Skin products. And I'm creating that 100 PV per month, which is the threshold of profitability. If you want to have a profitable, stable business, network marketing business, then you need to use the threshold of profitability, which means $100 a month. So that's one expense right there, minimum $100 per month, okay? Then any advertising, room rental, travel expenses, incidental office expenses that you may incur building your network marketing business is totally up to you. Those are personal decisions. I encourage you to not cheat yourself on what you need to make your business go, but at the same time, don't be crazy. Don't go over the top. Keep your costs to a minimum. Any smart, savvy business person, any smart, savvy entrepreneur know one secret formula, okay? And it is this: keep your expenses small and strive to make big profits, okay? So I remember when Sam Walton first started making it, he started at he owned his own Walmart store. If you read the story, I have the books, and I hope I got this right. It's been so long since I read it. But it's a typical example of what I'm talking about right there. Keep your expenses small. When he was deciding to franchise his general store, in other words, it was very popular. He said, hey, we got this down pat. Let's see if we can franchise this thing. I think he was in his 60s. He was 61, 62, something like that. So he started late, even though he had owned his own store for a long time and was successful at it. But now he wanted to take it to a major level. And I remember when he was going out recruiting people, he used to have his own plane. So he was obviously successful, and he had been a pilot for years. And he would fly from one place to the other, recruiting other top management talent. And he would take them from store to store in this plane. And if you read some of the stories about those trips, they were scared to death because some of the places they landed were in rural areas, and the airports were nothing more than pastures. And I've been there. I know exactly what they're talking about. I have seen those rural airports where the runway is nothing but grass. And they talk about some harrowing experiences of Sam Walton taking them from store to store to show them his empire at the time so that they could see what he was bringing to the table. Funny stories, and I could see where they were scared. Now, why do I tell you that? Because when they went to his office was nothing more than a little room off to the side. in the main store in Arkansas, and it had 2 sawhorses with a piece of plywood on top of it. That was his desk. And they were blown away and asked him, well, why don't you buy yourself a real desk? You can afford to do that. He said, it costs money. I don't want to spend that money on that. I need to put that money towards, hiring you guys, towards advertising, towards other products, whatever. He knew he did not need no fancy desk. As long as he had a place to sit behind and sign things and make ideas on paper, he was good to go. Now that is the right attitude to have, because he's saving every penny he can by keeping his costs as low as possible so that he can increase the profits that he could take and expand his empire. That is exactly what you need to do here. Keep your expenses as small as possible so that you can use that money to create your 100 PV per month. That is the magical number. All right, guys, we've covered enough here. Right on nose, 45 minutes. I'm so sorry we got a late start today. I hope that this episode was very informative to you. I hope it opened up your eyes to not only starting your network marketing business, but also what it costs to operate it. And you can compare it to a traditional business, a franchising business, whatever the case may be, starting up your own business. I encourage you to do any of those. Look, here's the thing. Marie and I, we at the MLM Solution want you to be successful at whatever it is you choose to do in life. I have other business ventures, okay? And the thing is that I enjoy business. I enjoy being an entrepreneur. I enjoy making money. I enjoy helping other people be successful. I enjoy seeing people smile when they're successful, okay? And it doesn't matter whether you want to use this business model or not. The bottom line is go out there, find what you're happy with, find out what you enjoy doing, and do that to make a living, okay? And that's what you should do. What we do here at the MLM Solution is to help clear the air about what it takes to be successful in network marketing, to get away, to expose the shenanigans in network marketing. And that way you guys can focus on what really works. And as we tell you all the time, it's the basics, right? And that's what we do. So when you understand that, you will understand what we're about. You understand the products that we offer, and also what our mission is. All right, guys, with that being said, let me tell you what tomorrow is going to be. We have another great show tomorrow. Tomorrow's subject, marketing your network marketing business. Look, there's a right way and a wrong way to market your business, right? You do not want to waste your valuable money on doing the wrong things in marketing. Marketing is a tough field, and it really takes somebody that's savvy and understands the industry in order to have the effect that most people want. And it is what? To get their ads in front of people, the right people, that will motivate and have those ads motivate people to take action. That is hard to do, and especially if it comes to network marketing, because of the misconception and all the rumors that are out there about the industry. You're fighting a major uphill battle. It's hard enough to be successful in marketing as it is when you've got the the challenges that the network marketing business model offers. It makes it even tougher. So we're going to be talking about marketing your network marketing business tomorrow, how to do that effectively, We don't want you wasting valuable time and money on something that may not give you the results that you want, right? So with that being said, guys, remember, you can do, we have our podcast replay each and every day at that URL right there, TheMLM-solution.net for all of you on the podcast. TheMLM-solution.net, show reply, okay? Once again, the URL is TheMLM-solution.net/show reply, SHOWREPLAY. Or you can do it the simple way, just by going to the website and clicking a podcast replay link at the top of the site, which is the easiest way. But for all of you on the podcast, I wanted to spell it out so that you guys know where to go. All right. So with that being said, guys, we have a lot of great content today. Don't forget that tomorrow's episode, we will be there at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. And take advantage of all of our products and our sales and everything on our website. One of them is What Not to Do in Network Marketing. As you know, that is one of our most popular products. 146 paragraphs and 146 pages. It just worked out that way. I didn't do that on purpose. And then, believe it or not, it also comes with 146 audio files and many training videos. Guys, it teaches you what to do in network marketing, and it also teaches you what not to do in network marketing, making you a focused business building machine that is empowered to accomplish great things in this wonderful business model. Plus, you get a savings of $150. And you can do that within the next 24 hours. It is a limited offer. We normally sell it at $197, believe it or not. And you can get it for only $47 over the next 24 hours, $150 savings. Go there today. What not to do in network marketing. What a wonderful, wonderful product. I am so sorry. As you know, I have sinus issues, and as you can tell, they're bothering me right now. Once again, what not to do in network marketing, normally $197 for the next 24 hours, only $47, a savings of $150. Who does not want to save $150 to get access to this wonderful and empowering information that can turn you into literally a focused business building machine, because you'll know exactly what to do and what not to do. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. See you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always, as we stream live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Take care. God